Hi everyone. How are you doing? Uh, my name is Andy. Actually, I'm from Line Indonesia. I'm actually a product manager. So because I'm product manager, I promise this the last technical presentation that you will see. So please be relaxed and don't get sleepy. Okay. So about myself, actually, I joined Line last year. I was a product manager ever since joining Line, and I was in charge for Line to the app. Actually, I sleep and breathe with Line to the app. So if the first thing you do in the morning when you wake up, probably opening social media, it's different than myself. I open Line to the app first. Same thing when before sleeping, I also open Line to the app. Therefore, I always get itchy or anxious if I found bugs in line to the app. Uh, Today's agenda is pretty straightforward. There are three things I'm going to share. First thing, I want to share about what exactly Line to the app is. And then the second thing, what I would like to explain is actually what kind of experiments that we did in the past for Line to the app. And finally, how does it result toward our time spent in Line to the app. First thing first, what exactly Line to the app is actually we are news and content aggregator platforms. We provide a daily news as well as daily video to users, and mostly our users is actually young generations. They are less than 25 years old in general. Now, in order for users to read or to access content, they can access through different channel. They can open through web like linetoday.com. They can also open in line messengers. And specifically for Indonesian users, we launched a specific or standalone app in Play Store and the App Store. So it was available in May 2018, so it's almost more than a year now. Now, the reason being why we decide to launch a native app, there are three things. We believe that there is a need of users in Indonesia to access a content in a very light and fast formats. So our app size actually right now is less than 5 megabyte, and we are trying to make it as is less than 5 megabytes. It's very important, specifically for Indonesian users, to have the app size as little as possible. One of the reason people in the research uninstalling the app is actually because of the app size. So we felt that there is need for that, so we make it less. Secondly, we want to reduce dependency with other people's. The user's needs is always changing every day, so it's always keep demanding of the new things. So we need to have something that agile that we can change every day and every week and release as soon as possible after the users demand it. And finally, we want to have something that we could experiment. The product and engineering in Indonesia is actually a very new organizations. We just like less than 2 years. So we are currently looking a framework when we could experiments. Now, what exactly the experiments is? So I was trying to quote this from the Merriam-Webster's dictionary. It's basically the process of trying methods and activities to achieve the goals. So there are two keywords here. One is to try something. Two is to achieve the goals. Now, when you try something, there are probably two outputs. One, either you succeed, or two, you don't really succeed. But what's most important on those experiments is that you have to have the goals. Otherwise, you will never know whether your experiment is working or not. So upon some research and some discussion with the whole stakeholders, our goals is actually to increase users' time span. Um, why time spans? These are the three major reasons. Number one is if you look at line to the app, the product itself is actually content, right? So the app is actually the technology that enabler is enabling those content. So what we want is some kind of parameters that could validate both of the content and also the app feature itself. The second reason is from the user's perspective, we believe that the more people spending the time in their app, the more people will recommend, meaning that people will get other people to install it. So it's like a closed feedback loop. And finally, for a business reasons, our business model is built on the ads. So the more people spending the time in our app, the more they will likely to see the ads and the impressions. So meaning that more money for us. So the third agenda I want to share is that kind of experiments that we did. So I just want to highlight a couple of things. So first thing first, what we did is we did like swipe at today. It's basically we are utilizing our artificial intelligence recommended systems, meaning that you will have a different fit recommendation based on readings. So if I get a feed of ABC, the other person may get DEF. So every user has their own unique recommendations. However, we put some kind of UX plot twist, meaning that if you like, we adopt kind of a dating app. When you write, you just swipe right, and when you doesn't like, you can swipe left. So as simple as that. So when we launched this, actually people play like almost 6 minutes per day just to play this, and the average CTR is actually 14%. The other feature that we did is picture in pictures. This is because we believe that Indonesian users like to multitasking, so they like to watch video while chatting with their other friends or opening other social feed. So in this case, they can do both while watching video and multitasking. And actually, when we launched this, is the most used features in video after fast forward. Uh, Finally, we have easy access bar. So this is basically a sticky bar that allows you to easily access features. So you can bookmark and comment right away. So when we launched this, our bookmark rate was increased twice. And the funny thing is, for one article, people can go to comment 3 times higher. So one article have three comments view. And finally, I'm really proud. Like 3 weeks ago, we just launched podcast platform in line to the app. We don't really know what is the result is because it's just released. But the good thing about our own podcast is we produce our own original content. So we believe that could be stood out from other competitors. So these are kind of experiments that we did in the past. Now, back to the objective, like I say, which is the objective that I'm doing. Our objective actually time spans. So when we look at our time span, so in the Q1 2019, the average daily users time span in the app was actually 13 minutes. So every day users spend 13 minutes in our app. Now, in the last month itself, in last October, people spend like 27 minutes, which is 2 times higher than what we did in Q1 19. Uh, so looking back at the data over the month of growth, is actually we keep increasing the time span. So it's 26 and 27. And I haven't displayed the November data yet. It's almost hits like 30 to 31 minutes per day. So it's actually working on this experiments. Um, of course, these data are internal, right? So how do we compare with other news or content platform in Indonesia? So I was looking at App Ani data for Android applications. So these are top 5 news slash content aggregator in Indonesia. So they have like probably more than million downloads. However, in terms of the time span, we are actually number one compared to other players. So, for example, we have like UZ News, which has been, or Babe, which been like 5 years in the market. They are actually lower than us. And Opera News and Kurio, even less than 15 minutes. So, if you are asking me what the biggest things that we did in 2019 for Line to the app is actually this. We able to increase users time span as twice as high possible. So in summary, we did a lot of experiments. We also have increased users time spans. And finally, my last thought is that let's keep experimenting. Thank you so much. Have a good day.